Really no reason. This fool got the whole social media in a frenzy. I ain't gonna keep talking about KEEFE D. We're gonna talk about how this punk keep avoiding me and avoiding these hands. We're gonna keep talking about how this coward keep dodging everything. We ain't gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about how stupid KEEFE D really is, though. We're gonna talk about how stupid and retarded how KEEFE D is, though. We're gonna talk about how. We're gonna talk about how KEEFE D is about to catch life. He old enough anyway. I guess he was living bad after the feds done jammed up his whole operation out there. And he got booked in LA. He started talking about a Vegas murder. Spelled stupid. I know the government is following me, I know the system's following me, and I don't care. I can still talk about what I want to talk about. There's nothing that nobody can stop me from talking about. It's public interest. Right now, I'm being persecuted for allegedly threatening a police officer with my First Amendment right. How could you be a threat speaking of public opinion on a public matter? Now, I'm not telling on myself. I ain't do nothing to begin with, but this bozo, who's a gang leader, does the worst. The dumbest. He does the dumbest thing you could ever think of. The best thing he should have did was keep his mouth shut. Because now he about to hit the bottom of the ocean. About to hit the bottom of the ocean and get buried in a prison for a crime you didn't commit. Everybody heard Suge say Rafael Perez and them is the ones who shot at him. It was all a stage hit because Pac was leaving. Pac was leaving. Suge was going through something, and the crooked lawyer was trying to take the business.
It's bittersweet.
It's crazy, bro. Crazy. And y'all love to entertain cats like that and think these cats are the important people. And these cats is doing the most out here.
For a number of reasons.
What's your initial reaction to KEEFE D being arrested?
It's bittersweet.
Yeah.
It's bittersweet for a number of reasons. The timing, of course, 27 years. And it didn't have to be this way. You know, it didn't have to happen at all. You know, I hate you have to live with the reality that my brother's not here. You know,
so what does justice look like for you and your family?
I mean, justice is accountability. That's the sweet part. It's bittersweet, but you know, some form of accountability and brace. I'm bracing for, because it ain't over. You know, we have yet to see, you know, we still got to see if there's accomplices. We still got to see the motive.
Has the Vegas PD been in contact with you and your family at all during this investigation?
Finally, yeah.
Just now, or did they let you know?
Just recently.
Okay.
But the detective that did reach out, he has since retired. So,
okay.
You know, that's seems to be a pattern in Pac's case.
Okay.
But,
So,
you know,
did you know that KPD was going to be arrested today?
No. Keep your popcorn. We're still waiting for things to unfold. The universe is working. Pac is still here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So stay tuned. Stay tuned, man.
That was Pac's brother. Tupac brother. He's right.
Tupac Shakur was on top of the hip-hop world back in 1996 when he was shot and killed in a Las Vegas drive-by shooting. Shakur's death at the age of 25 remained a mystery for decades. But on Friday, authorities in Nevada announced an arrest 27 years after the rapper's murder. Michael George is here with the details. Michael, good morning.
Michelle, good morning. This case has been open for 27 years. There's been theories and speculation, but a lot of people thought there would never be an arrest. That all changed Friday morning when Las Vegas police arrested 60-year-old Dwayne Davis. Investigators say he's a Crips gang leader who ordered Shakur's murder and...
He's 60 years old. What was wrong, KEEFE? You 60 years old, was talking. So that means you was talking in your mid to late 50s about a murder. It didn't have nothing to do with you. The police killed Pac. But you just gotta be the dude, huh? And you gotta look at it like this, man. Somebody offered me $1 million to do something like that, I'ma think about it. But he never received no payment. So how could you go and do something and don't receive no payment? You didn't get no upfront money, nothing, because you ain't talking about that in none of them interviews, how you got upfront money. KEEFE D just saying that Puffy wrote Zip a check for $1 million. And he kept the money, and the feds are saying he kept the money. KEEFE D's a flat out liar. He been lying. Because how you going to do a transaction with somebody you've never been around, never met until you met him through Zip, and you don't take no upfront money? You listen to the Big Murder, right? If you listen to the Big Murder, right? He said David Mack went to go rob a bank to pay Amir Muhammad the bread that they promised him for setting up Big or attempting to kill Big. The police. It was a $250,000 upfront payment, allegedly. And then the other $750,000 had to be paid when Big and Puff was killed. Puff didn't die. Big got killed, so there was no more payment. That officer had to go rob the bank. So why would KEEFE D just flat out do a hit? First you said it was because they whooped on your nephew. Now you saying that Puffy done gave Zip $1 million for you, KEEFE. You let somebody orchestrate and dictate what the situation was. You didn't get no upfront money to make this happen, and you just went out on a limb, on a prayer, on a hope. You goofy, old head, 60 years old and stupid. You described everything in them interviews about what happened, who played a role, but you didn't say you didn't take no upfront bread. Now, who goes out and commits a hit without front money? So you doing free hits out there. Your old goofy ass is doing free hits out there. Which one was it? Was it the fact that your nephew got whooped on, bless his heart? Your nephew got whooped on, or somebody paid you? I gotta listen and pay attention to what's being said by this old head, man. He out here living bad. That's why he looking for help. He out there moving around, 60 years old, still manufacturing and producing stuff that could get him life in prison. So either way, he was traveling before this pop thing blew up and came out. He was already getting booked for running a drug ring, multi-million-dollar drug ring. He got snatched for that in LA. And he telling what happened in Vegas stuff in LA, thinking that's gonna help him get a decent break in his case. Really might not just get him nothing. So now what? He gonna have to check in because he going to the county. Matter of fact, he ain't going to the county jail. He going to Vegas jail. So he gonna have to check in. That man just gave everybody who represents the Southside Crip movement a bad name. Not a bad name, not so much to where everybody classifies whoever represents that certain particular group of fellas. Y'all not all bad, it's just that he made the name look bad because he's at the top of the head. I know y'all done got him out of there, but for him to be at the position he in and he telling on stuff that was basically quiet for the last 27 years, it goes to show you how burnt out that old head is. How you go against the rules you establish for the people who's representing what you represent or you supposed to be leading. You're out here looking crazy, KEEFE. I think it's more than safe to say you a whole rat. You a old rat. Because that's all you did. You went and told on something you ain't supposed to be talking about. What's wrong with cats like you? You possibly might have a whole bunch of problems coming your way. I ain't saying that I'm saying that, but you being in the game, you gonna put yourself in situations where you hit. You know somebody gonna try you. Your goofy ass is going to jail because you don't know how to keep your mouth shut, you old bum. You was doing bad out there. You couldn't have been doing bad out there. You had a nice day.
Today, justice will be served in the murder of Tupac Shakur.
Authorities in Las Vegas announcing the arrest of Dwayne "KEEFE" D. Davis for the 1996 murder of rap legend Tupac Shakur.
For 27 years, the family of Tupac Shakur have been waiting for justice.
Davis was taken into custody Friday morning near his home. He'd been on investigators' radar for years. Davis has made public admissions, including one in his memoir, that he was in the car from which Shakur was fatally shot. In July, a SWAT team raided Davis's home. Police say evidence recovered in that search led to Davis's indictment.
And my truth over lies. Shout out to my people's Guns of God. Shout out to Ali Guns of God. If you want Truth Over Lies hat, follow my people's at Ali Guns of God on Instagram. But are you serious, bro? You was on the radar for years because of the situation that happened with your nephew. The police already knew who he was, and they knew who he was tied to, which was you and your fraction, right? I just got a question because your old stupid ass don't know, or somebody didn't tell you, or you just got downright dumb to know, or so burnt out that there is no statute of limitations in murder. So you wrote a book implicating you and 3 other people in on the murder of Tupac Shakur. That book had the nerve to be on stands. Like, you was collecting money for that. Why? Because you felt like you didn't get paid? You put a tell-all book out. And then looking crazy, or even thinking crazy, 27 years later when they kick your door in and they come get your stupid ass. Yo, y'all young dudes, y'all can learn some shit from the old heads, man. You can learn what to do and what not to do. These old head niggas, they got some good ass shit, right? It's up to you to decipher what you gonna take from it and use it for good. Especially, don't take no information from somebody who's uneducated. I don't care what they say. That man been telling so many lies all his life. He told the truth one time in a book. He thinking it ain't gonna hurt him, and it hurt him. The man got the run in his mouth, and it hurt him.
I gotta thank the Lord that you made me.
Shakur was one of music's biggest stars, with 6 Grammy nominations and more than 75 million albums sold. On the night of his murder, Shakur and his entourage were involved in a fight in a Las Vegas casino. One of the men involved was Davis's nephew, Orlando.
Before they get to that, Tupac bodyguard said everywhere that Tupac went, he made sure Tupac wore a vest. Tupac ain't have a vest on that night in Vegas. One of Suge's homeboys that's in the gang that Suge represents said, there goes son that tried to book me in the store the other day or the other week for the Death Row chain.